Mercantilism is fun. Yeah, opera and ballet. I quite like the idea of getting symphonies in. We're nowhere near broadcast centers, but we don't need them to make good use of the great musician points. Every time I pick up a new resource, I just think, ooh, what's it going to be worth on the market? 150? 200 gold? 200? Oh, yeah, there we go. Delicious. Opera and ballet. It will define me. Maybe. We shall see. Symphonies is useful, though. And grand opera. That's going to be increasingly useful when we start to get +4 in all of my theatre squares, which, as you can see right now, is starting to happen, but not everywhere. I don't want you raiding, and I would prefer you didn't pillage me as well. So I'm going to bribe you, but will actually convert you to a city-state much quicker. So I think I can double win from that. 4 envoys all of a sudden. Nice. Well, we don't have the double envoy card in at the moment, so I better work on the ones I already have envoys with. So Cardiff and Mittler will gain these ones back. That's up to 330, and we've just met somebody new. HUZZAH. Ah, that actually counts as first meet, so we should have kept that card in. I always regret taking that card out. So it has transpired this time. Singapore, again, punished. Oh no, I wasn't this time. I didn't actually get an envoy with Singapore. Fine. I was not punished on that occasion. But as you can see, the settlers are starting to appear. We have this one just about to make landfall. Bring another one round now as well. What's my gold going on at the moment? Settlers? No. Art museums. Bam. It's worth about 15 culture every time I get one. And another 4 artist points per turn. I would like all of the artists possible. Every single one, please. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Raj. Science, culture, faith, and gold from city-states. Sorry, symphonies. You're not really doing a huge amount for me right now. Neither is serfdom, so I'm going to instead put Gothic architecture in. And charismatic leader, switch you to diplomatic league for a second. Now we'll go 1, 2 to grab Singapore. And I'll drop a cheeky envoy at the same time with Yerevan. So the first of the preserved settlements. Still quite a way from actually being ready on these. But again, you've got to dream. You have to dream. This is the preserve I want for this city. Okay, we'll think about grabbing that as soon as we can. 72 turns. Wow. That is going to take a while. 1 governor title, 2 governor titles. We need 3 in order to make this fully work. So maybe we'll have to get this government plaza with a tier 2 building. I shall consider this. Every time we hit 3 envoys, the consulate gets better, which is lovely. Yerevan can join the side, but we also get another 5%. We're on 70% extra culture now. Wow. 40 suzerains. Look at us go. And is that a trade route to Mogadishu? I don't have any envoys here. Wow. Singapore, Johannesburg. Wow. Okay, our capital's now starting to rock these traders. That's awesome. The first artist. Huzzah. So the 2 sculptures we need to scatter about, but the rest of it's looking lovely. An archaeological museum we need? Well, all right then. We don't want too many of those, but I need 1 for the boost. Let's double up these envoys as much as we can now. 1 and 2, both doubled. Excellent. I'm increasingly thinking that I need a bit of production in the heart of my empire. We're not a million miles away from... Oh, we're actually a million miles away from industrializing. I was just thinking about maybe starting some industrial zone triangles, building on the Acropolis adjacencies, or do we focus just on holy sites for now? Maybe we just focus on holy sites for now. We'll have some era score. Of course, we get more faith, which is really good for great people. I'm just about to do some really cool great people faithing. Yeah, that'll do for now. I mean, I'm on 76 science already, and I haven't got anything boosting science apart from city-states, which, you know, that is a big thing. I won't try and avoid that. I tell you what, a monastery is really helpful in Death Wall because there is no housing here. Now there is. Oh, I so rarely build monasteries. They are really good every time you actually get around to building them. Expensive, but this is worth it. Purchase. Monument stop. Chop out. Preserve. Place. So it won't be 47. Like, it won't be 47 turns. As we build this out, it will take slightly less, but yeah, we want these preserves done as soon as possible. But we're not a million miles away from unlocking the sanctuary. It's weird that you unlock the sanctuary in a game you're going to use preserves before the point you put your first preserve down. That is not a usual ordering of things. 1 more. Settler. You need to go over here. Okay, these monasteries are actually very, very handy. Getting myself out of all sorts of housing issues here. Now on to industrialization via stirrups because I want the extra food from pastures. I have a lot of pastures and not much food. Oh, I saved up enough faith. Finally. Let's pinch Imhotep. That's what I've been saving my faith for this whole time. I saw Imhotep and I was like, you know what? 3 wonders? That sounds amazing. Mausoleum still hasn't been built, and Mausoleum is unlikely to be built very quickly whilst nobody has any admirals. Do you see? No points. That means no harbors, so nobody else has a valid space to pop it. I just had 2 amphitheaters finish at the same time. Or sorry, the districts that contain them. So there's 1 and there's 2. Look at the space. Look at the space. Should probably see if there's any cheap works of writing on the market. I haven't checked in a while. Sometimes the AI just will spectacularly undervalue it like this. Thank you. The final Canada. Honored to meet you. That's everyone. I was just checking in on the Canadian yields, and to be honest, they're all kind of the same. About 100 science, somewhere between about 50 and 100 culture, apart from this one. Did you see? 310 science per turn. What? How are you doing that? 28 techs goes up to 35. They're 7 techs ahead of everyone else. It's this Australian colored one, which is over here. And the only reason I can think of that is maybe they've got somewhere between Roriyama, campuses, and stuff like that. What's going on over here? Alchemical societies. That could be it. I mean, that is rather ridiculous. Oh, we've actually got a governor from a merchant. That's huge because I just unlocked one. That's absolutely massive. So that's 2 titles, tax collector and then contractor. Okay, so we can actually build our preserves. I'm not going to use it in Mike Hawk because we've already half built it, but that is huge news. This giga complex, it's going to happen. You mark my words. Do you remember we were at about 200 culture at turn 100? 525 now. We've more than doubled it in 12 turns. Just saying. The Apadana somehow built. I'm entirely sure how we managed to get this one, but 2 envoys when you build Apadana and for all other wonders in this city, which is very good, as well as 2 spaces for any great work. Considering how many musician points we're getting, that will become quite handy very soon. Now though, we want Mausoleum, which I believe is still available. And we need a trader in my capital anyway. So there goes the harbor. That will lend adjacency to this Acropolis over there. This one has now hit the beautiful +5. Excellent. And that's 5 envoys because we just got we just generated them all. Watch this. 2 into Nalanda, 1 into HUZZAH, and 2 into Lahore. Takes us from 70% all the way through to 85 because that's 3 more city-states. There's the last settler. Okay, we are getting there. Settling near Pantanal. Yep, you better believe it. Reina, you're gonna purchase over here. That leaves RB Hedge to do something fun. I'm thinking Kilwa fun could be good, but maybe the industrial zone is a better choice. Let's do that because we can actually make a nice complex over here. These 2 will be industrial zones, and we have the aqueducts to make this beautiful. Is that another art museum? Delicious. I think it might be. Why did my science go up then? I don't actually know. I must have recalculated amenities or something similar. Don't think about it too hard, Ursa. Your brain might explode. I realize Raj is actually the thing giving me most of my science. I didn't realize that. 34 science per turn. I mean, we're on 628 culture, but the science is like, oh, do you want just a tiny bit? Yes, I would like just a tiny bit. Okay, now I think the next best thing to do is to hit 3 envoys in as many places as possible. We'll take the extra science. That's up to 97 science per turn. I'll take that. Yeah, absolutely. I just finished an art museum in Dr. Bobby. Now we've got one in Deathwall. We are really spiking the artist points per turn. It was on 26. Now we're on 34. Yeah, the boost is real. And the first writer of the Renaissance is mine as well. Excellent. Let's just keep this writing. Let's keep it all printing, please. Johannesburg, Venice, Singapore, it's all looking fairly stable, but I'll just keep trading at the moment for now. We have skyscrapers in, which means our wonders are being boosted. Let's swap over that coastal tile so that I can now make Mausoleum, which Imhotep should, in theory, be able to 1 turn. He certainly can. 1 science, 1 faith, 1 culture on all coast tiles, which is the thing next to my capital, but engineers have an additional charge, including Imhotep, who goes from 2 charges to 2 charges. We've also now increased the adjacency here. That's +7. Yeah, it is. Delicious. Now, what other wonders could we get? We could get Colossus for another trade route. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's do that. Very nice wonder, that one. I don't think it makes sense to really try and put that anywhere else. I would like Colosseum as well if it's still available. It is not. What about pyramids? Do I have any desert? No, but I could get desert fairly easily. Pyramids is not a bad shout. Great Lighthouse I don't think is particularly useful. I could throw a charge into Kilwa. Kilwa would be massive on this map. I'm actually going to build Kilwa because I can't can't build it in my capital. I'm going to build an RB hedge just down here. So maybe I save the charges for that. Unless we can pick up a Ceodor. If we can pick up a Ceodor, actually, let's save up a bit of gold. A Ceodor would get us Kilwa. We'll try. We've picked up 4 envoys again. We physically can't spend all of these. Actually, candy. Let's grab candy so that if I find any more natural wonders, which I should, there should be some on the map somewhere, then we'll get some lovely relics. Look, it's Machiavelli. Yay. He's in Civ 6. He was this whole time. He was just a book. First preserve is done. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, here we go. The tiles. The tiles will be brilliant, but as I say, I just want to get a Ceodor first. As soon as we've got a Ceodor, then I'll start spending all of my gold in a silly way. So I could do a bit of trading. I would probably do the same thing for me, especially if people have gold that they want to trade up front. These are expensive deals, trading all of this gold per turn, but what this now does is means I have the gold in the bank. I can buy a Ceodor. That will give me Kilwa. Okay, now I can spend my gold on, I wouldn't say silly things is a strong phrase. Wonderful things, like 1,000 gold on a single preserve. You know it makes sense. Second artist. All of it is sculpture, so it all goes in individual museums. And to spread the joy around. So this should now be Colossus, which gives me a 3 trade route and a trader to go with it. I will celebrate by sending you over to Johannesburg. That is a very long-winded road, but I like it because that means I can settle along that road. Nice. We just met Jerusalem as well. That's another city-state, another friend. Every time we make a new city-state friend, by the way, we reveal more of the map. Actually, Geneva would have been a really good choice. Keep an eye out for people like Geneva. More voting. I would love a trade route. Give me trade routes, please. And I bet people will end up banning whatever's at the bottom. Ivory. That's normally what gets banned. See if that rings true. Yep, called it. Okay, at least we get a trade route out of that. Keep skyscrapers in. Buy the tile. Plop down Kilwa and rush it. We've also got some delicious more holy sites going down. I was waiting for Bishang, but actually Ibn Fadlan would be amazing because that's another trade route, and trade routes give faith to city-states. That stacks with Kamasi. Oh, we have some good choices. Some very good choices. We'll work this sort of stuff out in a second. First of all, though, we need to place, sorry, I'm not going to get the benefit of that pasture. Place that down. Then it means that if I settle, it's already placed. Excellent stuff. I tell you what, when I placed those pins, I didn't think I'd actually be able to get all the settling done. That's remarkable. Now let's make this Pantanal absolutely stunning. Mohenjo-Daro. That's a culture city-state. Haha. We didn't do the aid request. That wasn't very interesting. That wasn't culturific. But look at this. 1, 2. More culture, especially from amphitheaters, art museums, and the extra 5%. That's now 837. The number just keeps growing to silly levels. And Ceodor says, Kilwa could be yours. Okay, let's make this slightly easier. Let's build our first grove. Now these tiles are going to be very nice to work in multiple cities. Then we'll go to Gaia's Faithful, then Skeptical Bear, then Dobra, just in a big circle. Cartography. That is when I hit the Renaissance era, maybe. Not sure about that one. The art points are good, charismatic leader points are good, Raj is good, Diplomatic League is just firing away. But none of that really matters. For now, we have Kilwa, which is 3 envoys and, more importantly, a 15% boost to all of my yields, including culture, because, as you can see, I have at least 2 of every type of city-state suzerain, with very likely more to come. Also going to go 1, 2 and grab Geneva for 15% extra science because I'm not at war, and I'll start working on Bandar Brunei. 1,000 culture on turn 122. The best bit is that I don't think we're even close to being finished. Do we have banking yet? I don't think we do. Nope, still haven't got banking. We'll work on that in a bit. Oh, go on, man. I'll get research. I've been putting it off this entire time. 150 science per turn now. Yay! We're not in last anymore. Okay, last term the engineer was taken. Fine. We will go for the 3 trader. It's a useful pickup for me. I don't mind taking 3 traders. It's always fun. Trade route capacity goes up. Trade routes to city-states multiply. Kamasi begins to make more and more of an impact. That's 14 faith on that temple. Nice. I think I now have the gold, you know. Preserve number 2 is in place and culture bombs nicely. Just need a grove there now. Curator for the tourism. It's a small bonus, but it's a good one. And logistics. I love that policy. Just having things move about your own empire faster is a huge quality of life update, and I'm always up for it. Oh, we can skip ahead to cultural heritage in 2 turns. Of course we can. Why would we not be able to? It is just an obscene amount of culture. Grove number 2. Oh, we need to work on the appeal of some of these tiles. Speaking of that, marsh needs to go, but planting a few forests, I think, should basically fix all this stuff. It's Pantanal we're really excited about. That's the bit we're really keen on. Everything else is just a small win, you know? There's cultural heritage. Another bunch of envoys. What do I even do with all of these? Keep going to 3 on everything, I think, apart from Bandar Brunei, which needs 4 because then I claim it. Yay! Visselbanken's going to go in briefly so that I can try and get a bit of food in these major hubs. I'm not sure I really should be chopping out woods in order to build preserves, but it's the sort of policy I take. It'll be fine. Oh, I cannot tell you how exciting this little arrangement is going to be. Look at it. Look at it. The quadruple Pantanal. 1 chop away from finishing the preserve in both of these cities. We've got this builder heading over there. We've got this one heading here. In fact, that should now be the chop and done. Oh, that's wonderful. In fact, why not treat myself to the grove immediately? Ta-da! And as mentioned, you see the city center actually gets the bonus because it itself is a breathtaking tile. It's weird to do, but you can make these arrangements if you think about it in advance. Now, I've just bought myself a Giga Builder, 6 charges with Liang. I'm going to build a couple of these and plant woods around to make sure that all of the tiles are breathtaking because I have chopped a lot of this out, but it's fine. Who needs nature? Not me. I don't even know what nature is. Although actually, I'm going to go and spread my religion over here because I need it for the loyalty. Trade route to Cardiff? Oh, why thank you. What I'm doing is just keeping an eye on the available routes, city-states with a trade quest. If that pops up at any point, guaranteed 2 or maybe even 3 envoys. So very much worth keeping an eye out for that. It's also worth keeping in mind, there are possibly areas for national parks. The capital, for instance, has one over here. So let's build one. I could use the happiness. And speaking of, may I simply bring your attention down here? Look what I found. Yes. Yes. You don't need to worry about that. Not right now. No. We'll come back to that in a bit. Patala Palace. I was actually going to look to start building stuff like that. I need pretty much every single government policy card I can get my mitts on because I'm probably going culture victory. Given, you know, how amazingly cultural I am. I'm amazed I haven't already won it. Do I get rid of diplomatic league? Every time I do, I end up meeting new city-states, which is always a bit of a problem, but I think I will for now because I would like Republican legacy back in my government. We're just on the border of being happy or not happy, and it's making a big difference. Religious artwork, delightful. We've actually obtained 3 Renaissance era artists before anyone else has had a single one. Now, religious is something I am yet to be able to theme, so I'll just continue doing the thing of moving it between my art museums. Dobra has its last chop, and now the final grove. And as you can see, every single tile of Pantanal has at least 2. So what I'm going to do is just actually make sure that it's evenly distributed between the 4 settlements. It is fantastic. Look at that. And now all I need to do is plant new forests. Now, as mentioned, I could go into a tier 3 government, but I would take a tourism penalty with people. Not that my tourism is very high at the moment. So maybe I could. Maybe we just continue to push out. You know what? Actually, democracy would be a really good pick for me for New Deal. So yeah, okay. I'm taking the tourism hit. We're going to go to a big government. The Renaissance era. It's like the other eras, except it's more cutting edge commentary there. So it's regular Canada, dark red, and green. So you are in a dark age. Oh, that actually helps. Nice. What about this one? This one's in a normal age. I was going to kind of settle around here. I do need more settlers. Once I industrialize, we will find that much easier. Although, again, there's no culture option here. Alas, my capital is in Asia. So it's settling in South America. That would give me Hic Sunk Dracones. No, I think actually monumentality is the pick here. I don't have something to give me direct culture. So we'll take that and we'll start to print some settlers. 530 faith. We can actually make one of those every 2 turns at the moment. Perfect. When I say I am planting trees, what I also mean is I'm destroying the local wildlife in another way by removing marsh. It sort of does the same thing. It's fine. The first national park. Here it is. Protecting Greece for future generations. Sounds way too heavy on foresight. Why are we doing this? I don't know. Chop it all down, I say. It's so much easier. So as a priority, I'm actually going to go down and settle this giga city. Now, if you were wondering, Ursa, why are you so excited about settling down here? It's all about Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge was a wonder that for about 7 years, I never really bothered to build because I just thought it was a bit meh. Sure, okay, it makes national parks a bit better and gives you some happiness in one city, but what's the point? And then the 2024 Civ Give happened, and White and Nerdy almost destroyed the entire field with a single well-placed Golden Gate Bridge. It was a thing of beauty, and since then I have tried to respect and pay absolute tribute to it for every game I can. City gains 3 amenities. The city gains 4 appeal on every tile, and there is 100% tourism from improvements in national parks in the city. It can easily mean that a national park in this city, with Raina and with all of the other boosts, it can be 200 to 300 tourism each. It is exceptional. It is wonderful. It is so good. I am so ready for it. I'll do my best. We'll get there. So into the water, Mr. Settler. Off you go. After that, we'll probably try and settle everywhere else we can as well. Settling is back on the menu. My gold is still being spent on 10 culture and amazingly heavy artistic point art museums. Just helps me push through. I would like an artist monopoly. Once you gain 3 artists in a single type of work. So for instance, if I've had 3 artists that do sculptures or 3 artists that do religious, after that point, every single museum you have will always be themed. So you want to get probably 12 or 13 artists if you can, as quickly as you can. It makes a big difference into the late stages of the game. Pyramids is actually still available, so I'm actually going to send Imhotep down and we're going to make a city just for pyramids, maybe over by the Eye of Sahara. Pyramids gives all of my builders +1 charge, which is particularly delicious. There we go. The appealing terrain is starting to appear, and my religion has finally arrived at all of these new cities as well. Culture. That's what we need. More culture. 2 techs away from industrialization as well. We do have a single workshop once we get the factories. I mean, each factory will be worth another 6 production on top of what we've got. If only I had Mexico City, that would give me extra range on them. One can only hope. Great works are looking quite cheap at the moment. I might as well get myself a few books for a special day. Like any cultured person, my plan is to assemble all of these books and to put them on a giant bookshelf in public view in my home. Of course, never reading any of them. Just like a true cultured person would. Actually, I need more amphitheater. Whoa, we've filled those up quickly. Blimey. We don't have printing yet. That's why I'm not even getting double tourism from them. This is atrociously unoptimized. Ah, well. None of these settlements actually have. The Acropolis is sorted, so we can do something with these. We've got more options. I realize I unlocked democracy, but I never actually switched to it. Whoops, that was a bit silly. Never mind. Professional sports. Okay, switch to democracy. Public works. That's so good. Sports media. Amazing. New deal. So dealy. So dealy and delicious. Frescoes. Good. I would love Merchant Confederation, but again, it's all about that sweet culture, so we're going to get symphonies. Grand Opera says +6, but I don't believe that. I think that must be higher. I'm going to put it in because I must have at least 2 of my Acropolises that have +4 or more. Yeah, I do. So if I take one that isn't, no, that one is as well. What's going on? 7 +6. I guess the bonus is it's not the city-state bonus, it's just the base bonus behind it. Okay, fine. Maybe it's not as powerful as I hoped it would be. All I do know is that my trade routes are now amazingly good. Well, here's the unique district. It's only 600 gold when bought with Raina. Amazing. We'll get an amphitheater sorted that next turn. And Mogadishu, join the club. Grand Opera's not very good. Market economy, that will do better. Bit of culture, bit of science on the trade routes, lovely. We're about to industrialize, so now we start to get to 6 envoys. 6 envoys means that as soon as we get the coal power plant, we'll be able to get something very entertaining. A possible 3, 6, 9 extra production on each one. Delightful. 15 population. Capital's finally growing. Democracy really does help. Oh dear, that looks like a big flood. Oh, I might have taken out quite a bit. Luckily, a builder has arrived just in the nick of time. There might be volcano damage here as well. Yep, that's taken out every improvement improvement along the river. And it's flattened my commercial hub as well. Boo! Can we fix that, please? Is that a thing we can fix? Thank you. But with industrialization, I'm going to buy a workshop and then immediately a factory, which means we're getting 6 engineering points per turn from my capital. Now you can finish the coal power plant in 2 turns and the production will start to flow. And my first musician. We don't have any room for you right now, but we will soon, don't worry. Now to radio to unlock the broadcast center as soon as possible. This is my 12th settlement and a sprawling empire begins. That's quite satisfying, nice. Go and get me some of these resources, please. Build me a monument while you're doing it. One more amphitheater. The culture goes up and up and up. Rather than making my own great works of writing, right now we're buying everyone else's. There will come a point in the distant future when people will actually stop selling these to me because my tourism will be too high. We don't like this. So we'll buy everybody else's great works before I put down my own. Oh, I think that's pretty much all the tiles now, apart from a couple up to the top. But look at these yields. Just need sanctuaries now. 13th settlement. Grab a couple of tiles here, especially ones that my capital isn't working. And quick, go and join the empire. And here by the Eye of the Sahara is another beautiful settlement, away from the rest, but perfectly capable of building pyramids, which is the main thing we want to do here. Wha-bam! 3 builder, all builders gain 1 extra charge. It is the double, and that's +4 Acropolis from that as well. Excellent. In fact, we're just building things everywhere at the moment. Look, here's one. Plonk it down on a slightly worse tower, but it increases the appeal of the one next to it, which is great. We'll have some more space next turn. More great works. More of them, I say. The coal power plant is effective work now. Look at all of this. So we've got a water park now being built. I'll spread an aquarium around. We'll get a couple of stadiums as well. Beautiful. Now to social media, where there is a lovely card here that I think I'm going to enjoy. Collective activism. We're so close to some hilarious stuff. Beautiful. The water park is in my capital. Start the Ferris Wheel of Joy. Ferris Wheel of Joy will sound whenever we get more amphitheaters, which seemingly at the moment is every single turn. Not that I'm complaining at all. Okay, 1, 2. All of the industrial city-states now have 6 envoys. Now we're going to work on the cultural ones. Oh, this is a big turn. Here we go. Let's get the proper culture in now. Collective activism. It's an exciting card. Sorry, symphonies. You gotta go. And I haven't got any tourism with anybody via a trade route at the moment. We'll get that in a bit. Right now it's, oh, yep, the big tourism number. That's all I need. That's a big number. I've just unlocked banks as well. So, owls, let's get the Gilded Vault. It's a very good building for some more culture. And if we get a harbor into any city with a Gilded Vault, we can have double trade routes, which is always lovely. So the Golden Gate City is finally here. We do need to unlock Golden Gate, which is, I think, the main problem, but it doesn't stop us in the meantime from working on a couple of things. Firstly, Raina, make your way over. Then we need to start working on getting, I think, more and more forests around. We want the appeal of this area to be as high as possible. And I can actually make the national parks. I don't need to wait, do I? Let's just start making them already. In the meantime, you know, just chopping out the natural wildlife, selling all of my resources, literally anything that isn't nailed to the floor. And sometimes actually I'm selling the floor and the nails as well to make as many amphitheaters as possible, which is helping. Because my lord, there is a lot of writing on the market at the moment. Everyone's writing a book at the moment. All of these are just really poor celebrity biographies. That's the problem. Not many of these are actually worth reading. 6 envoys. This is what we're doing now. 6 envoys in every cultural city-state. At some point, I do need to actually make sure that we have trade routes with everybody. If I was going to get a tourism victory, that is an essential step. I don't know. We'll see. Religious. Oh, we might be able to theme this. All right. First piece goes in to Dr. Bobby. Is that themed? Yeah, it is. Haha, fantastic. Another amphitheater. Printed. This is why it's really important to keep settling. When you go for a culture victory, you need as many cities as possible. That is by far the most important thing to do. Plus, when you're playing Greece, you need as many of these unique districts as you can because each one gives you an envoy. More envoys, the better. 1, 2. Natural park. National, natural. I guess it's national and natural. Both are true. Oh, Filippo is somebody we want. That is good wonder production that I want to put into the Golden Gate, which I'm going to then beeline after radio. So we'll head that way soon. 21 gold on a Gilded Vault. That's a bit of gold. gold. I'll take that. Nice. This settlement just below my capital has no fresh water, but we will deal with that pretty quickly with an aqueduct. We'll go for an acropolis there, but do you see two separate sources of coal? Very nice indeed. That is an industry town if ever I've seen one. Look at these great works of writing. That is delicious. Just gonna nip in and claim printing quickly. I realize how much tourism per turn I'm leaving on the table because I don't have double tourism on books, and books are just everywhere. So many books. Globalization. Oh, I would like that science. I'm gonna have to take frescoes out of the government, which is painful. Do I really want to do that? I don't know if I do. Republican legacy might have to come out just for a little bit, which is going to make me a little sad, but the aquarium is almost finished, and then an aquatic center will really change the happiness in that area. So we'll hold on for that one. In the meantime, Moksha, I have enough faith. I could, in theory, start praying in districts as well. So we'll work on that. And what level 4 government would I like? Okay, again, this would be really good. I think I'll take the minus combat strength for immunities and extra culture. Culture, you say? Of course. I'll pray in a rock band. Gives me a nice boost. There's printing. Oh, thank goodness. I can now say I have the absolute bare minimum. The bare minimum of tourism. Okay, sports media, public works, collective activism. All of it's going in nicely. Republican legacy. Let's pop that in. Liberalism goes in. Market economy as well. And we can now put symphonies back into the government. Do I want to do that, or is something like heritage tourism good? Online communities. Because I think there must be at least one trade route going towards me, you'd think. Nope. Should have checked that beforehand. No one is trading with me. Typical. Here I was thinking that, people actually wanted to trade with me. Nope. City 17. Bit of a forward settle this one. Or did they forward settle me? Questions. Let's say they forward settled me. 4 more envoys, you say? Oh, excellent. 1, 2, 1, 2. We haven't unlocked these beautiful broadcast centers yet, but when we do, my lord, they are going to be effective. Well, still make art museums at the very least. Auckland. Oh, that's another industrial city-state, and I should be able to pick that up next turn. We like production here in Ursaville. It's a lovely thing to have. As much as early game, having a unique district is a real big advantage because you can just print them so quickly. It's actually late game when you see the real benefit because it's just a single chop to get most of it. 2 chops and it's complete. You can't do that with regular districts. The cost of a district and the amount of production you get in a chop does scale together. So it's always about 3 and a little bit chops. So just bringing that down makes a big difference. Late game Greece is all the more fun just for that. So global warming mitigation gives us another chunk of envoys. Again, 1, 2, 3. Auckland's on side. We've got more production in this sea, but also more production on our factories. Turn 147. We are so close to future Civic already. May as well keep going. Keep chopping. Keep buying. Keep stealing great engineers that give wonder production. It's just what we do. I think I'm actually just going to press future Civic and I'll check in again once it gets there. More great writing. Excellent. There will be space for that eventually. Aquatic center. Okay, everything's ecstatic now. That's great stuff. Another amphitheater there. 1, 2, 3. 4 culture city-states ready to power up my broadcast centers. Whoa-hey. Again, keep settling. Time is always here for more settles. Go away, Mr. Barbarian. I don't want to be friends with you today. Every time I forget about Reina, she reappears, giving loads and loads of appeal. And I go, yes, fantastic. I'm glad I got Reina. I'm glad we have more amphitheaters. Loads of space now. Oof. I used my rock band and it got killed on the first attempt. It's typical Ursa luck with rock bands. It doesn't matter if Civ 7 is out. My luck on that will never improve. Oh, we're going to pick up another city here. And it's got a theater square. Delicious. I love the fact that we have flight before steam power. I don't know why. It just tickles me. I just bought a load more art and it's worked nice because we've got some good theming going on. We'll continue working on this, but the tourism is now above 400, which means we are gaining with lots of different people. Persia is the problem. Maybe start getting a couple of trade routes up. That would probably help. Voting. Let's make melee troops better. Last time we voted to ban ivory. I'll try the same thing again. Not really spending any of my diplomatic favor. The point of it purely is to sell. Well, we have pretty much all of the writing on the map now, so start making my own again. Ha! This river is honestly the bane of my life. You'd think I'd build a dam on it. I probably should. That would be a very clever thing to do, wouldn't it? But no. I refuse to do anything too sensible. Actually, you know what? There you go. There's a dam. I've built it, okay? I've built it. Leave me alone. More culture, this time on workshops. Some fun boosts as well. There's chemistry. Da Vinci's always a fun engineer. There are better engineers, but he's up there with the most fun. All the barbarians and all of the floods have taken out so many of my trade routes. That market's still fixing. This lighthouse has been burned. Stop pillaging me. Leave me alone, I say. All right, there's a lighthouse. There's a market. We're back up to 8 trade routes. We'll fix that one. We'll fix this one. That'll take us to 10. Excellent. 2 portraits and religious. Do I have any portraits? Oh, I do. Guys, faithful. Nice. I mean, of course I do. I knew that. And there's feature Civic, which gives me tons of diplomatic favor, and we can start getting endless governor titles. Unlike in Civ 7, the age doesn't end if I click it. That's fun. Broadcast center time, though. Let's really get this culture up and running. Oh, look, I know what NITA is now. Feature Civic, and I've only just figured out NITA. That is a wild turn of events. Again, don't complain. Just accept. Another themed building up to 500 tourism. Let's now start working on the Golden Gate City just a touch more. Bom, bom. The appeal of this city is already pretty good because Reina gives a possible +6 appeal on a tile that's surrounded by 4 woods. It's brilliant. Keep pushing on this one. And as much as it pains me, yeah, it's time for trade routes. So, can I trade with Persia? No. Can I trade with Greece? Yes. Can I trade with Canada? It gets confused because there's multiple Canadas. The answer to that is yes. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Canada's everywhere. Canada is the only thing on this map. So we start to trade with the various Canadas. One there, one here. Look at the difference in tourism. 800 versus 500. Big increase. I can get a battleship from a barbarian clan, which begs the question, where did you get the battleship? That's a very, very big thing to just have lying around. Sure, I'm not complaining. I like the fact that I have a battleship now, but I am a little concerned as to how you got it. Maybe that's just something we try not to think about too hard. Oh, we could be friends. No, I'm not a friend of Canada. I consider myself to be above all forms of Canada. I am the only cultured one on this map. Look at me, I've got 4,400 and it's only turn 155. Be gone, foul caraval. Being really annoying. Trying to make a utopia over here, don't you know? It's demanding work. I need to do it without you butting in all the time. Oh, here we go. The broadcast centers are now finishing. There we go. Actual spaces for great works of music. Huzzah to that. More themed art. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them now. Amazing. You know what the best bit about hitting Future Civic is? Absolutely infinite money from selling your diplomatic favor. You know what the bad thing is? You have to keep selling it in batches because nobody on the planet can afford to buy everything in one go. Oh, Canada. Your addiction for the Diplo favor will be your downfall. Huzzah, though. Look at this. They saw that I was just incredibly cultural and they thought, we went in on this. Yum. That is an 11 population city complete with stuff. If there's anything I really like, it's stuff. Stuff is my favorite. It's gonna send over a builder. Let's make it happen. Grants 3 envoys at a city state, you say? It's got to be somebody on the map that needs a bit of a push. Zanzibar. Oh, Zanzibar's close. Oh, go on then. Teleport down here and go and send your wares over to Zanzibar. This is now settlement number 20, which probably means we don't need to bother going much further, but there is aluminium here. I'm not convinced that war is the way I want to go in this game, but in case it is, it's good to have. Oh, Vilnius is good. It's another cultural city-state. Difficult to win, but okay. Oh, who's siphoning gold? 1,064. You would steal from a town that keeps getting flooded? How very dare you. I love Future Civic. Have I ever mentioned this? I think I might have had. Oh, Quoth the Raven. Oh, this is one of my more favorite writers. Very good. Mary Shelley's going through now. People are going to grab writers here, and I'm not a fan of that. I would prefer it if I had all of them and nobody else got anything. How would we feel about that, people? Would that be fine? There are so many Canadas in the game. They've used up all of the American names, and now they're on Arabia. That's brilliant. Wonder if we can get through to Australia if we leave this long enough. Probably. El Greco. Yes. All of the artists will be mine, except from the ones that I don't get. Oh, the first sanctuary's finished as well. The yields, they begin to appear. Well, I might as well celebrate and just buy more sanctuaries just to make sure these things are exceptionally good. Thorf National Park in Poppy Dude civil, of which that is 43 tourism, 47 tourism, 38. Oh, and we're so close to Golden Gate now. We should be able to get pretty much guaranteed theming now. There is no reason not to. This should all be themed, and it is amazing. It's Zanzibar. More culture, but now a ton of extra amenities as well. Yum. Steel means no more wars. Wars? Walls. Walls and wars. Are wars and walls any different? That's a fundamentally interesting question, and one that I think we can all easily come up with an answer with. Yes, of course they're different. What? Don't be silly. Now we're getting some holy sites down. Remember my religion? I haven't forgotten my religion. We're getting more culture and music. I love the sound of music. I like to stand on top of hills and tell people about the sound of music, which I've heard is a totally normal thing to do. Plus 5 industrial zone next to an amphitheater for adjacency. Oh, that was a good pickup, that settlement. Lovely stuff. Trade routes. Wow. You settled very far away from all your other cities, and I can reach that, which means tourism. Persia's the one I would love to trade with because they are ages away from me, but ones I can get a trade route to are now 1,150 per turn. And we're about to start hitting the fun merchants as well. Not that I don't think other merchants wouldn't be fun in a party situation, but you know what I mean. El Greco still wanders around very happily indeed, making more themed work as we go. Beautiful. I miss playing Sweden on games like this. Who can really be bothered to theme everything? Who even looks after actual artwork? Not me. Isn't Thunder Bay just the coolest sounding city name ever? Oh, I don't think there's a better one in the game. Thunder Bay. I like the idea that actually there's just lightning there all the time. Or no, there's no lightning. It's just thunder. The sound, but not the electricity. Ooh, maybe. Valid question. What do I do with 8 governor titles? They're kind of just sitting here. I keep forgetting to actually do something with them. Just people do stuff. Be more. There we go. The amount of governor titles you get at the end of the game is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, look, National History Museum. Huzzah to that. Yields. More yields, everyone. Oh, ho, ho. I'm not sure if this word translates outside of the UK, but there's a term we have called a folly. A folly is sort of a rich person's project where they often go around building things like castles or monuments that don't really have a practical purpose, and often they're built hundreds and hundreds of years after they were actually useful. But the person's got too much money and they were like, I want a castle, and then they built them and they look really pretty. Germany's got quite a few of these things, but the UK especially. This gives me that sort of folly impression, like I'm just some obscenely rich person in the game who's so cultural. I decided to make my own national park, but there wasn't one here beforehand. I just planted everything myself. Like, imagine going to the most amazingly pretty national park you've ever seen, but it was never there before. The whole thing was created just from scratch, simply because somebody was told, you need to keep yourself busy, you're getting under my feet. Like that sort of folly material. I must say, I'm getting irrationally excited about the idea of planting woods. Look at these yields. Is that floodplains? It is. The thing I don't like about floodplains is that you can't put woods on them. What's gonna happen? The trees get washed away? Actually, that's exactly what would happen. Yeah, fair enough. I thought about it. It is amazing after playing Civ 6 for a little while as well, getting back into it. I just remember how powerful faith is. Gold is good. Don't get me wrong, gold is good, but faith is so powerful. I just remember all of the stronger strategies seem to involve high faith builds. Although hitting Future Civic at turn 150 something, that was good as well. We are building culture now, which is excellent. Persia is still gaining too much per turn, so we're not going to win this anytime soon. I normally say it's somewhere between 1,000 if you're really optimized and 1,500 tourism you need to win on Deity. But I think we might be able to do just a touch better than that. Just a smidge, you know? Just a little bit. I wonder what we're going to pick. Oh yeah, Future Civic. Oh yeah, the side project is done. We've got it. We have the finished Pantanal. That is a sanctuary around every single piece. Look at these beautiful yields. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a couple of forests that I could plant just to finish this. That tile, of course, is not charming, but I don't think there's any easy way of doing this unless I built a district there. That's beautiful though. That is a side project done that I'm happy with. Oh, delicious. I don't need liberalism anymore. No, we shall remove the liberal arts, and instead we're going to put the wonder card back in, skyscrapers, because we're almost there. We're almost ready. Ho, ho, ho. Oh no, the warrior I had from the beginning of the game finally died. They were wandering for 5,030 years and finally they succumbed to a crossbow. Ouch. I feel a bit bad about that. I probably should have let them home. Their families were just waiting there like, do you think in the next 3,000 years we might see them? And everyone's like, don't know about that. Us is a bit, he's a bit of a tyrant with this sort of stuff. Anyway, I fell. You should be useful for the Giga project. As much as this builder is incredibly useful, Golden Gate, that is what we're looking for right now. Filippo with 3 charges isn't going to quite be enough, but that's why we have Eiffel. This is one of those problems you only have at the end of the game, but never sell more than 200 diplomatic favor at the same time. You never get quite as good a deal. I don't know why it is. AI just seem to sort of misvalue it after a certain point. Again, really not a common problem you find yourself with, but it's worth bearing in mind. I love this all great works button. This is one of my favorites. Fantastic mod that brought that in because it just means you can go, I don't really mind what the great work is, just whatever's the cheapest that they are offering. Means you can get relics, means you can get portraits. Just absorbs everything from the game. An ironclad. That's a nice admiral. Bit of a landlocked map, but still a nice admiral. Second charge. This is going to be the end game. Third charge. Yeah, we're only going to need 1 Eiffel charge and that will finish. Means I can get extra things. Oh, now this is an industrial era artist, which is great, but I don't want somebody else to get the next one. We're not in the industrial era yet, but I want to keep this difficult to get. So we'll claim him. And as you can see, yeah, this Canada's really close. Same with Jane Austen. I'm just going to steal you before the end of the age. Fantastic. This is better. That is a sour face, Mark Twain. What's going on there? Come on. Q Ying is someone we want to get. So 7,000 gold. Can't be that difficult to get 7,000 gold. Okay, there isn't enough gold on the map. Fair enough. We'll wait a couple of turns. Maybe we can pick you up. We're getting 89 points per turn. We'll see. We'll see. What's some of the landscapes? Oh, Teddy's Ursa we do. Themed. Is that themed? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's perfect. Starting to get some proper tourism in now. And this dam is now finished. Just wait while this river never floods for the rest of the game. I'm just calling it now. It won't. It won't do it. Also making sure that all of my double strength great works are in my capital. Pingala is doubling tourism in this city. We want them here. Same with all of the great works of music. Oh no, that's in a different city. Ignore that. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, that's just a daycare center for spare stuff. I really should stop calling the National History Museum a daycare center. Same as Hermitage, but you all know what I mean. You can put great works of art of the same artist in it and it doesn't take a penalty, which you can't do anywhere else. I fell. I think we can finish it this turn, so let's just again have a look at this. We'll take this left-hand national park as just a brief explanation as to why Golden Gate is so powerful. Currently, this national park is gaining 47 tourism. That is because it is the appeal of all of the tiles added together. 20, 30, 41. And then the extra bit comes from something. I expect probably the boost of environmentalism. Yeah, it is, because that'd be another +8, so 49. Okay, so that's what it is. It's just literally the appeal of all the tiles added together. This is going to give another 4 appeal to all of those tiles. That is 16 more tourism. And then it's going to double the whole thing, which will mean that it goes from 55, doubles to 110. Then with an extra 25%, it should go to like 130 or so. Let's see if my maths is correct. Every time I build this wonder, it does remind me of that beautiful Civ Give. Hey, if you fancy watching an amazing video, go and watch the highlights from the 2024 Civ Give. It was such a good game. I still fear white nerdy in my sleep and my dreams. It's not good. Okay, that will need a turn or two to recalculate. So we'll come back to here in a second. And I mean, there's still more national parks I can build. That's the crazy thing here. There we go. We can steal the last great artist. It's 6,000 gold. It's clearly worth it. And I no longer need the wonders, or to be honest with you, the builder charges. Instead, we're going to take heritage tourism, which is now worth another 60. Satellite broadcasts for another 32. Oh, here we go. Tiles have now recalculated. 137 tourism from a single park. We've got another one here, 127, 120, 132. Oh, Oh, yeah. Half of the tourism from my entire nation is now coming from this one city. We haven't even done the last national park, which I'm going to do in a second. Okay, sometimes the barbarians get a little bit annoying. Go away. I bribe thee. A bit more tourism from computers now. And yeah, national park tourism isn't reduced for religious differences. Oh, so much. Probably gaining about 6 or 7 tourists per turn now. This will start to increase with great rapidness. Rapido will increase, probably. We have more landscape art. Landscape is really good. It has so much tourism normally when it's finished. More theming. 30 tourism from each themed museum. They just add up. The industrial era. What are we doing in the industrial era? I don't know. Existing. Oh, I've got 8 governors to spend here though, so I might as well indoctrinate myself. Huzzah! The bigger government. Oh, what do I spend these on? Fine. Just super promote everyone because we can. I don't really know what's going on. Just have titles. Is anything going to give me culture? I think just more gold. More gold would be good. Didn't really give me much more gold. Trading with city-states never really does. Anyway, more musicians. Unfortunately, they're not going to be way easier to pick up because this is now the industrial era. So we might miss out on a couple of musicians because of that era change. No matter. Or I can get democratic legacy back in. Yay, that's fun. That means I can supercharge my capital again. Yay! Stealing more city-states, watching the culture number go up and up and up. Another national park. Apart from the era score, doesn't say how much tourism it's going to get. It will do. Eventually. They all sort themselves out eventually. Well, that's annoying. Chinguetti was just taken from me. I think that's quite a lot of my faith per turn. All disappearing. Yeah, 252 was coming from my capital there. Oh, 160 or so? That's a big drop. We don't like that. Not at all. Anyway, there's the 1,600 mark I was talking about. We've gone over 1,500. If we can just hold this. Hold, we should be fine. Maybe Biosphere would help me to win this just a touch faster. Maybe we just keep building stadiums because we can. Who truly understands the machinations of this game? I know I don't. Is the world flooding yet? No, it's not. But I can build flood barriers, which I probably should. More theming. Themed. There's 8 themed museums. Some sculptures. Can we get sculptures in here? Just need more than 100 artist points per turn. The artists are taking their time. You have attracted enough tourists to make your culture dominant over Canada. Great. Which Canada are you talking about? Actually, quite a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Canadas with 1, 2, 3 left to go. And after all of that, Persia was the giga boss. That's hilarious. That's a very, very highly promoted Armani. Just need Victor now. Biosphere. Well, that would certainly speed this sort of stuff up, wouldn't it? I'm just going to click Future Tech and forget about that. Finally, musician. Finally. Actually, you know what? I can afford multiple. Just keep buying them. Yay! 1,800 tourism. The numbers go up. And I think with this, that's all the governors finished. If only they were doing something useful. Never mind. Next time. There is such a vicarious pleasure of watching something erupt and it not being my problem. Like, that is not my problem, Singapore. Tough. I actually remember to do artifacts as well. I totally forgot that. No, I never forget. I'm infallible in this game. Yes, of course. This, by the way, is the calculation that the game is doing for tourists. I have 5 civilizations I'm gaining 3,229 tourism with, 6 that I'm gaining 1,524. Well, actually, I've just seen, it's not quite that easy, but that's the very prudent number. You add that together for the tourism, you divide that by 2,400, and I'm gaining 10.5 tourists every turn. Persia's gaining 2.5, which means I am on average gaining 8 a turn with everyone at the moment. It's so simple. And everyone keeping up? Good. Good. Oh, 1 second. Let me just ban siphon funds because it's really, really annoying. Oh, no, I don't. I think I might have just made it even worse. Breach dam? No! Who would do that? Buy Battleship, make Battleship into Armada. Now, when I promote that into missile cruiser, my cities will have the strongest ranged attack in the game. It's a portrait. Yay! Oh, I hate it when it gets really cheap after that. No. I don't want anyone else getting the artists. No! These should all be for me. I think my diplomatic favor may be bankrupting the world. No one can afford what I've got to offer anymore. Am I gonna stop? No. I would rather bankrupt the world. Rocketry. HUZZAH can into space? Possibly. I would not cast aspersions or second guess that in any way. All I know is that I know how to waltz. Let me have all the artists, please. That is not worth 10,000 gold. This is not a good use of my money, yet here I am. And in absolutely no small part due to the wonderful placement of the Golden Gate Bridge in this immaculate little settlement. Just look at how many tourists are in every single national park. All of these have between them 45 of my 230. It's not even bringing this one up properly. We can really assume that I am, of course, the most cultural person in the world. Oh, Pericles never change. Building constructed. Yep, no one can keep up with me once I get going. No one can found like me. This blue is really difficult to see. Can I not just make this brighter? Who picked that blue? Me. Culture. Yeah, other people had culture. You know what? You don't need to see any more graphs. Just look at that, all right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, go on Discord, all of that stuff. None of that matters. Just look at this, all right? This is the graph you need. Ursa, culture, hi. Video over. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Clibben Thurders, Poppy Dude, The Nickerman, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Toon General, Capo Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Radiatore, Debo91, Mushkin Mandeltort, Dan Jamo, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedge, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy Zursa, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Kovawoo, Legally Trash, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Bob Tway, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley, JB Genius, Arctic Fox, Eggshark, Bookaluk79. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!